What if I told you the 9 to 5 job was never designed to make you free? Think about it. We are the only species on Earth that pays to live here, and we've been convinced that the only way to do it is by trading the best years of our lives, our youth, our health, our creativity, for a steady paycheck. We call it stability. We call it career growth. But let's call it what it really is: a sophisticated cage. You've been told that if you work hard enough, you'll eventually earn your freedom at 65. But why does the system want your energy now, when you're at your peak, only to return your freedom when you're too tired to use it? The 9 to 5 isn't just a schedule. It's a psychological blueprint designed to keep you just comfortable enough so you never revolt, but just busy enough so you never escape. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the lie you've been living. The exit door has been open this whole time. You just had to stop looking at the clock to see it.
Wake up! This is Unmasking Money.
Renting your life by the hour. The 9 to 5 model is built on one fundamental transaction. You are renting your life out by the hour. When you accept a salary, you are essentially putting a ceiling on your value. No matter how much faster you work, no matter how much smarter you are than the person next to you, your reward is the same. In fact, in the 9 to 5 world, your reward for good work is usually more work. But here is the danger. Time is the only asset you cannot replenish. When you rent your time to a corporation, you are selling a non-renewable resource for a renewable one: money. You can always make more money, but you can never buy back the Tuesday morning you spent in a meaningless meeting. By tying your income to your physical presence, you have zero leverage. You are a single point of failure. If you stop showing up, the money stops flowing. That's not a career. That's a subscription to a lifestyle you don't even own. The subscription to your own survival. Why don't we just leave? Because the system is a masterpiece of financial engineering. It's what I call the subscription to your own survival. We've been tricked into buying prison cells. We get a raise, so we get a better car. We get a promotion, so we move into a bigger apartment with a 30-year mortgage. Suddenly, you don't work because you want to. You work because you have to pay for the upgrades you barely have time to enjoy. You spend 10 hours a day in an office to pay for a house that sits empty and a car that sits in a parking lot while you're upstairs making someone else rich. This is the consumer treadmill. The more you earn, the more you need. And the more you need, the more you are owned by the 9 to 5. The system doesn't need chains anymore. It just needs to keep your credit card balance high and your ego hungry for the next status symbol. As long as you prioritize looking successful over being free, you will always be a servant to the clock. Why you're too tired to get rich. This is the most sinister part of the lie. The 9 to 5 doesn't just take your time, it takes your cognitive peak. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you give the world your brain's best output. You solve problems, navigate politics, and manage stress. By the time you get home, you are decision fatigued. You are a shell of a human being. This is why most people never start that business or learn that new skill. It's not a lack of time, it's a lack of energy. The system is designed to leave you with just enough energy to eat, scroll through social media for 2 hours, and sleep so you can do it all again tomorrow. A tired population is a compliant population. If you're too exhausted to think about your future, you're too exhausted to change it. They aren't just buying your labor, they are buying your ability to dream of anything better. How to fire your boss. So, how do you break the cycle? You don't need to quit tomorrow, but you do need an exit strategy. Breaking the 9 to 5 lie requires a shift from trading time to building leverage. You need to stop being an employee and start being an asset owner. First, follow the 6 to 10 rule. The 9 to 5 pays your bills, but the 6 to 10 p.m. builds your freedom. This is when you build your parallel system, whether it's code, content, or commerce. Second, buy back your time. Instead of using your next raise to buy a luxury item, use it to buy an asset that generates income. Every dollar of passive income is a minute of your life you just bought back. Third, become a specialist. The world doesn't pay for effort. It pays for solved problems. Build a skill that doesn't require you to be in a specific chair at a specific time. The goal isn't to never work, it's to work on your own terms. Your 9 to 5 should be the venture capitalist that funds your escape. There's an old saying, most people die at 25, but they aren't buried until they're 75. They die the moment they accept the lie that this is just the way things are. But you are more than a job title. You are more than a LinkedIn profile. Life is happening right now, outside the fluorescent lights and the Excel spreadsheets. The 9 to 5 is a choice, not a life sentence. The gates are open, and the only thing keeping you in that chair is the fear of what happens if you stand up. And before you go, I have a question for you. If your job disappeared tomorrow, would you still have a purpose? Or would you realize you've been renting your identity to a corporation that replaced you by Monday? Let me know your answer in the comments. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. The war on your time is real, and we are just getting started unmasking the systems that want to keep you small. Because the clock is ticking, and this time make sure it's ticking for you.